Welcome to Celestial Insights, a weekly podcast that brings the stars down to earth. I'm your host, astrologer, coach, and intuitive Celeste Brooks. My purpose is to provide practical, unique, and insightful guidance to help you navigate the energies of the week like a boss. This is Celeste of Astrology by Celeste, and this is a bonus episode. The intention of this episode is to update longtime listeners, as well as give some insights for new listeners about the podcast. It drops every Sunday, and at the start of every episode, I give you a theme of the week. Then 3 big transits to watch and a word of the day. All are rooted in the astrology. The astrology sets the tone, and then the story arrives. And so, as requested, what I'm doing now is helping you track how the story showed up in the news so that you can see how it works in real time. So let me give you a few examples. On February 22nd, I released the episode Blessed Are the Children. And as Mercury stationed retrograde in Pisces, we saw the devastating news of a girls' school in Iran being bombed at the start of the war. It was an absolute tragedy and a heartbreaking reflection of that theme. On March 1st, I released Venus Flytrap, and right on cue, Kristi Noem testified before Congress on the day of the lunar eclipse in Virgo. A moment of accountability and full exposure around the misappropriation of funds. There were allegations of travel with a rumored boyfriend, and her husband was sitting there in the room watching it all unfold. And shortly after, she was removed from her position. The March 8th episode of Gods and Monsters showed up in the headlines as well. We saw strikes on an oil refinery in Iran with reports and visuals of black rain falling as Jupiter in Cancer stationed direct. In mythology, the gods controlled the weather. And then on March 15th, the Hacksaw Ridge episode theme came from a movie about a conscientious objector. The story in the news was Joe Kent, a senior counterintelligence official, stepped down from his position and spoke out. He was full-bore MAGA and a Green Beret and a Gold Star husband, and he'd done 11 tours of duty. And he said the American people were being misled about Iran and being pulled into a war that does not benefit them. And the astrology was a new moon in Pisces, a sign of beliefs. The beauty of astrology is it helps us understand things from an archetypal level about what's happened in the past, what's going on now, and what's coming up in the future. As above, so below. The cosmos speaks to us, and for those interested in listening, it tells elaborate stories. So what I've started doing is posting how the story shows up on my YouTube community page. So make sure you're following me there. It's Astrology by Celeste everywhere on the socials. I'm also sharing them on Threads, and my goal is to add them to my blog as well. And you can find my blog under the free resources section of the astrologybyceleste.com website. So you can follow along, track it, and even go back and see how these themes have been unfolding over time. And with Saturn and Neptune where they are right now, we are in heavy, confusing, and at times very dark waters. There's war, there's propaganda, and things are being revealed. The tower is collapsing. So this is your invitation to watch with me, and so you can be prepared. This is a time that facing it with courage is how I'm choosing to move through this time, despite any fears. Using the astrology to track the patterns can help us plan in our own lives and see how the story is arriving from how the astrology was written in the cosmos. I hope this extra information was helpful for you to make the most of the Celestial Insights podcast, whether you are an astrology student, enthusiast, or professional. I love your feedback, so if there's anything you'd like to learn more about, feel free to email me at celeste@astrologybyceleste.com. Thank you for listening to Celestial Insights. To learn more about my work, please visit my website, astrologybyceleste.com, where I offer personal readings, horary consultations, cosmic coaching, group events, and classes to help guide people to higher levels of fulfillment. You can also find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook at Astrology by Celeste. If you enjoyed Celestial Insights, please help others find the show. Follow, rate it 5 stars, or write a nice review. I would so appreciate it. I'm astrologer, coach, and intuitive Celeste Brooks, and I'll be back next week.